Hey everybody, it's Katherine Cole and I am here with another fragrance review for you. Today we are talking about a perfect one for summer, and this one is leaning more towards on the male side, so if that sounds of interest to you, please stick around. Just to start off the video, I want to show you this is one of the shirts that I created. It is an Egyptian hieroglyph taken from, can't remember where it's from. I'll put down there where it's from. The shirt is available on my pop-up shop of t-shirts, so if this looks like something that you would be interested in donning, go check it out. Let's get into the review. My friend Frederick, that I actually met through doing these fragrance reviews and has become a good friend. He's probably one of the smartest men I've ever met in my life and often uses words I don't even know. Anyway, he's also a really, really cool guy, and he loves fragrance the way I do. So many times he will send me a huge care package of a bunch of samples that he either doesn't want to declutter or he thinks that would be better suited in my collection. And in his most recent care package, he included some of the bottles that he apparently wanted to declutter from his collection, and I am very happy to welcome them into mine. One of those bottles was this little beauty, Mancera's Aqua Wood, which is just the most beautiful bottle. Even Gracie picked this out for me to wear one day just because it was such a pretty bottle. With that gold and the blue, it's just a very pretty bottle. The juice inside is just as delightful and fresh and aquatic smelling as the bottle denotes. The name of the fragrance, Aqua Wood by Mancera. Even though the title Aqua Wood, you envision maybe a driftwood, woody, aromatic type fragrance, and that is not what you get. Smelling it right out of the bottle, I got a very smooth amber-like scent. However, when I wore it, it was a complete different story, which just is a reminder to myself as well as to all of you to make sure that you sample a fragrance on your body before you make the plunge to purchase it, because like I said, what I smelled in the bottle was entirely different than what I smelled when I wore it myself. According to Frangradtica, Aqua Wood is considered an amber floral fragrance for men, which is funny because many times Mancera is a unisex fragrance. So I'm going to look on the Mancera website to see if they say it's for men as well. However, Aqua Wood was launched in 2020. It was created by Pierre Montal. Top notes include pear and citruses. Middle notes, Indian ginger, Turkish rose, and patchouli leaf. And base notes, amber, benzoin, white musk, and incense. Aqua Wood is available in a 60 ml as well as 120 ml eau de parfum. It is available at So Avant Garde. I will make sure to link it in my description as well as leave the code there, which is KAT20, K-A-T-20, so you're able to get 20% off now on all Mancera products. They also sell Montal and a conglomerate of other beautiful, beautiful fragrance lines. So 20% off makes a big deal when you're talking about the cost point on many niche fragrances. So make sure to use my code and go to soavantgarde.com. The inspiration behind the fragrance, an ode to the rush of adventure, a fierce adrenaline rush of citrus and pear, in every note the fresh wilderness of the ocean and the radiance of the sun, easy to love, impossible to forget. I would consider Aqua Wood a very aquatic amber fragrance. Like I said, when I smelled it out of the bottle, it smelled much more ambery and much more a fragrance that I thought I could easily wear. However, when I actually wore it, it smelled much more masculine on me. It smelled very much like a fresh, aromatic, effervescent, but manly fragrance. Not manly like brute or Hulk type manliness, but more, like an aftershave, shaving lotion, aromatic, aquatic, typical masculine type fragrance. I think it's absolutely a perfect fragrance for spring and summer with those citrus notes, but mixed in with the amber, the benzoin, the incense. It gives it a uniqueness as you experience the dry down of the fragrance. Again, you start off with the top notes of pear and citrus, middle notes Indian ginger, Turkish rose, and patchouli leaf. Base notes include amber, benzoin, white musk, and incense. The nice thing about Mancera and Montal fragrances is they are very high quality fragrances, but for a lesser price point. So many times, especially with that 20% off, they're a very reasonable cost for a quality fragrance. The sillage of this particular Mancera fragrance was definitely very moderate. In terms of longevity, I felt that it didn't last as long on me personally. However, Frangrática lists it as moderate to long lasting. So, you know, maybe I just couldn't smell it on myself after the first bit, or maybe I sprayed too lightly. Regardless, I personally didn't experience for very long, maybe 2 to 3 hours before it became more of a skin scent. Again, Frangrática rates it as much higher. And historically, Mancera and Montal fragrances both tend to be very bold fragrances with a wide sillage and a wide, long-lasting longevity. So I would believe Frangrática. I perhaps applied it too lightly. I will say the reviews on Frangrática were all very, very positive. Like I'm saying, it is a very aquatic, effervescent, cool, crisp fragrance. Perfect for the summer nights. I think it would be a great date night fragrance. It also would wear just as easily. It also would wear just as easily during the day. This is the type of fragrance where you could easily wear it to work. You could also just as easily wear it to the beach, the gym, or a date. Kind of an all occasions type fragrance. Again, definitely more of a spring summer fragrance, but we're in the middle of summer here in Minnesota, mid to late June, so absolute perfect time to be donning the fragrance. Many people on Frangrática's reviews spoke a lot about being able to experience more of the pear mixed with the ginger. Personally, I think I experienced more of the pear with the benzoin and incense, but that's just me personally. And again, everybody wears fragrance differently. Definitely one that I would encourage you to check out, particularly if you're a man. In fact, let's look that up right now. Go to the Mancera website. So apparently on the Mancera website, they do list it under the male fragrances. I'm going to see if they list it under the female fragrances just to see. And they do not. So I guess it is a male fragrance, but well. Again, thank you, Fred, for sending that to me. I do very much enjoy it. I will wear it on more of those days where I'm feeling more aromatic aqua. This is Katherine. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. Please make sure to hit subscribe if you like reviews such as this. I plan to be doing much more fragrance reviews now that we're into my summer months, and I have a multitude to catch up on. I appreciate you all. I love you all, and I will see you soon. And before I go, in honor of my dad for Father's Day, I will quote Albert Einstein. There are 2 ways to live your life. One is through nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Love you all. Bye-bye.